Good afternoon and welcome to CACI's webinar on email template optimization. I'm Stephen Derbyshire and I'm joined by
Jude Sumption.
I run our digital marketing services team, and Jude looks after our campaign operations and is the product owner for Email Studio, which is our template management solution. We're going to run through some of the reasons why email remains an important part of the marketing mix, and some of the principles that we've found improve the performance of email templates. We're going to look at some case studies that evidences that. Jude's going to take you through a live example of a client email template and how those best practice principles have been set up. And then we're going to talk you through how to use some of these best practice principles on a day-to-day basis. Just before we start, just a very quick background to CACI. We're one of the largest independent agencies in the UK, and we provide integrated marketing services to a range of clients operating across the globe. So we've got teams around the world supporting operational campaign systems. We were set up in 1975 providing data solutions to UK marketing businesses. And now we have around about 820 staff based out of the UK providing those services either to marketing teams or to government services and so on. CACI Integrated Marketing Group is a part of CACI that builds out integrated customer experiences by putting data and digital at the heart of everything we do. We provide customer capability strategy work for organisations such as Vodafone and Camelot. We build out multi-channel campaign services, multi-channel campaigns for organisations such as Allianz and EDF Energy. We host customer databases. We provide insight and analysis to organisations on their customer data and consumer data. We provide digital design and build services, so the design and build of websites and applications. We provide consumer data to organisations for acquisition and insight purposes, and then we help organisations optimise physical locations. These services allow us to build, to design, build, and manage integrated customer experiences for our clients. On the campaigning side, we provide everything that you would expect from a digital marketing agency, so from insight through customer strategy planning into the design and build and execution of campaigns and the ongoing management and optimization of them. And in the email space specifically, we've built up quite a bit of experience working with organizations such as Vodafone, EDF Energy, Starwood Hotels, Channel 4. We execute around about 15,000 campaigns annually on behalf of these clients and deploy around about 500 million emails on our platforms for these clients. So we've got a lot of experience in this area, and we're going to try and distill that down into some best practice principles today. So just a very quick overview about why email is still important. Email was voted by a survey to email marketing professionals as the most effective channel for delivering return on investment. Well, of course, email marketing professionals would say that, wouldn't they? But this is backed up by a FastMap survey which was run last year, where consumers were asked what was the channel most likely to drive them to take some sort of action. And email came out top as a key driver for buying something, visiting a shop or a restaurant or a physical location, or visiting a website, and came in second in the charity area for donating money. And if you think about it, that's probably true. Email is very good at delivering return on investment because it's like search, the last click channel in the customer journey. It's probably not the channel that's driven demand for a product or service in the first place, but it is one of the channels that we can use to put a message and offer into a customer or consumer's hands at the point that they are likely to make a decision to purchase. So it remains a good channel for delivering return on investment. email is a mobile-first channel. Across our clients, we see between 60 to 80% of email interactions, marketing email interactions, happening on a mobile device. And at 80% there, we've got some of our clients, such as Boots Parenting Clubs, with mailing lists of multiple millions of contacts. 80% of the users on that list are using mobile as the preferred device. In this year's e-consultancy survey, 60% of organizations responding to that said they were optimizing their emails for mobile viewing, which is great, an improvement on the 40% from the previous year, but we say that's not good enough. So if more interactions are happening with an email on a mobile device, then we should take a mobile-first approach. So rule number one, take a mobile-first design approach to email marketing. 75% of emails, the client's emails that we send out in a UK average, are viewed with images off. Now this might be because the device they're using, such as Outlook, doesn't download images automatically, or it might be because the device they're using or browser they're using, such as the native app on an iPhone, which downloads images automatically, maybe that device is out of signal. So the bulk of emails are being viewed with images off. So we use what we call bulletproof techniques. It's ensuring that all content is visible within the HTML code of the email and that we're not reliant on images. That's rule number two, bulletproof code. Now, in the UK, there are 30 plus email device browser combinations that we optimize for on behalf of our clients. That's device browser scenarios used by more than 2% of the UK base. And that list changes from country to country. So once we get into the Asian markets and China in particular, that list can be completely different. That's a lot of effort to go to optimize and test across all those devices. So one of the principles that we employ is optimizing what we call the power region. That's the top left 300 pixels, which is visible across all devices, mobile, desktop, tablet. So rule number three, focus on optimizing the power region. So just a quick recap, those three simple principles that we found is doubling email conversion for some of our clients. Number one, mobile first. That's large thumb-clickable buttons. Content blocks that are no more than 300 pixels in height so that users don't have to scroll to understand what an offer and what they need to do to retrieve that offer is. And then considering the onward journey from email, so if the website doesn't offer a great experience on a mobile device, think about connecting to a physical location, to a call center, or perhaps launching the mobile app. Principle number two, bulletproof. So you can see an example of this RSPB email, where all the text is visible without images being downloaded. Downloading the images enriches the experience and delivers on that brand look and feel, but the user doesn't have to take any action to understand who the email's from, what's an offer, and what they need to do to retrieve that offer. And then on the right-hand side, you can see the power region marked out there, ensuring that the brand, the primary offer, and the primary CTA is visible above the fold, again, ensures that the user doesn't have to do anything to understand what they need to do. And here are a couple of examples. This one is from Chelsea Football Club. We relaunched Chelsea's CRM program 2 years ago, and at the same time as relaunching their website, so we were able to redesign all their digital assets around mobile-first principles. Here you can see an example of their newsletter. On the left-hand side, the example that they were running previously, and then the CACI principles implemented on the right-hand side to lay out brand engagement content, stories, and offers, very targeted offers. So moving from a very lengthy email without an optimized power region, without being mobile optimized, moving to best practice drove a 60% uplift in click-through rate. Here's an example for Allianz. So again, really focusing on that top left 300 pixels, that power region, getting that offer and that primary CTA shown to customers in a very simple way has driven an 80% uplift in click-through rate. And some other principles there you can see around breaking out long blocks of copy, repeating calls to action, using techniques such as subheaders and graphical elements and bullet point lists and tables to make content more accessible. And then one more example, this is from Boots Parenting Club, which is a recent case study, moving to an optimized template and then also helping them to optimize the content. So moving from an offer that was perhaps a little bit confusing, so Parenting Club offers just for you at the touch of a button, not quite clear what we're expecting users to do there, what we want, what sort of product we want them to engage with. Actually moving and simplifying the language and making it very focused. So Emma, get instant access to your offers via the Boots app. Download the Boots app. So in a few words, communicating very simply what we want the user to do, why we want them to do it, and how they can do it. And that approach, that best practice, and focusing on optimizing the content, increased conversion of the app download by 100%. So some great results there. But building emails to these best practice standards does require quite a significant investment in skills within your teams, time to produce emails. It takes longer to produce a good practice email than it does to throw a simple one out the door. And budget, so it costs more money, particularly if you're working with a third party to produce emails for you. So that's why we created Email Studio. So Email Studio is a service that we provided where we lock down email best practice into a master template, which may include 40, 50 plus rows, different layouts of rows for each brand or product that a user can go in and select from and build their own email campaign from. Guidelines on how to use that master template and how to write content within it. We also provide an editor tool which Jude is going to show you in a minute with a live example for RSPB in it. We provide training and then ongoing support and within that support maintenance, so that if the browser list changes and a new device and a new app starts to become more significant, we can go in and make sure that those templates are updated and render correctly in that device. And if something changes with Gmail, for example, which it quite frequently does, we can go in and undertake any remedial tasks on that template to fix it. So Jude, would you take us through the RSPB example, please?
Yes, thank you, Stephen. So today I'm going to tell you a little bit about RSPB. We'll take a look at their template in the email editors tool and see how the 3 best practice principles are working for them in practice. So the RSPB is one of the UK's leading charities. They're campaigning to save threatened birds and wildlife. They couldn't really afford to create great individual code for their regional teams who are dotted all across the country, so we worked with them to create a short template that covers their most frequently sent emails. The RSPB's visually strong brand is supported by the 3 best practice principles that Stephen's just outlined. Here within the email editor is the power region. Here you can see that it contains a CTA, the brand, and a headline. The email editor makes it very easy to change copy, just like a web CMS. You can safely and quickly update it. Okay. Let's have a quick look at how the power region will display on a mobile device. So you can see that the image has changed here to be a smaller version that fits within the 300 pixels. So the RSPB's online mobile experience is very strong, so we didn't actually need to make any other changes where to change the CTA to be a telephone number or anything like that. As you can see here as well, all of their rows of the template fit within the 300 pixel box, so they can also be seen easily on a mobile device. And again, it's very easy to update your CTA copy using the editor. and the buttons are nice and big so that it's easy for thumbs to click them. So the third rule is bulletproof. So as you've seen, all of this content is easy to change. And you can see there's some character count restrictions to keep things within a 300 pixel block, which ensures accurate rendering. So when you're ready, you just hit save, and the email editor talks to your ESP and saves it down, or you can update the email that you're working on. You can also send out a proof to check the content checked, or you can log into your ESP to check the personalization. The email editor also creates a text version for you, so you don't need to worry about that. And it all, generally speaking, makes it very easy for non-technical people to quickly produce emails safely. So in a standard production process, there's all these steps that you can see here. The email editor helps you remove these 3 steps: the creative mockup, the HTML build, and the render testing. All you need to do is put the content in, switch out your images, and update in your ESP. We've found that it makes it much quicker to get your messages out into the marketplace, and with our clients, we've seen a 40 to 60% saving in production time. Thanks. Back to you, Stephen.
Thanks, Jude. So I just wanted to talk through some of the benefits then of using an email studio style approach. So locking in best practice clearly has a significant impact on the performance of campaigns. We're seeing an improvement on through delivering those 3 principles of between 60 and actually 150% on a recent case study that we've created for EDF Energy. For EDF, actually, one of the reasons for moving to a templated approach was consistency on customer experience. So being able to standardize the look and feel of all communications, whether they are driven by customer service, marketing, transactional emails from web and app, or operational emails and delivering the product or service. Having those all standardized and centralized around best practice using the same look and feel templates was key around improving that customer experience. Then there's efficiency, so having a template and locking it down into a template editor tool allows you to produce emails much more quickly without the need to go back to specialist skilled resource and to get those through approval processes much more effectively. And with all of that comes a reduction in costs, of course. So we're typically seeing a reduction in effort and cost of around about 60% on the standard production process when moving over to an editor template-based tool. So thank you very much for joining us today. If you've got any questions, please get in touch, and we'd be delighted to talk you through a little bit more about some of these principles and how we can help you. Goodbye.